Hello, 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 hello. Right, so you are thinking from going from your mobile phone, if that's what you're using, and you want to go to the next best thing. So the next best thing you're probably going to want to be looking at. Let me just move this mic around a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that won't make too much noise. Next best thing will be a mirrorless digital camera. You could go with one with a fixed lens or one with removable lens. So I've got two examples here. We have got, first of all, my choice for video is the Sony ZV-E10. There is a new one coming out, but I don't think I'm going to upgrade. That's plenty enough for me. It's 6K downsample to 4K, which makes a cracking image. The optical stabilization, not really something I use because I'll be using it on a tripod. For vlogging, it's okay. You will get a bit of I can't remember what it's called when you move the camera too fast. Rolling shutter, it suffers with that. A lot of cameras do. There's not many that don't. You can remove it with some of Sony software, which you can download for like next to nothing. It's a really cool little camera. You can, flip your, hang on a second, let's get it around the right way. No, wrong way. Flip it all the way around so you can see yourself. So that works really well. It's fully rotatable, so you can, if you want to use it for photos. It's not really my thing for photos because it's quite soulless. The colours, you get some really good sharp images, but you do have to play and tweak with the colours to get them how you'd want them. You can have it shut like that, but there's no viewfinder on this, so it's a bit of an issue. Or, hang on, let's turn itself off because I shut that. Or you can just turn it around, have it like you would a normal camera, and there you go. Or if you're doing your photos, or if you're doing some kind of different video where you need that sort of angle, you can do that. Do you see? It just works. It's focusing. This has just got the kit lens on it. I've got another lens as well. It's focusing. You can't get better than Sony, I'm afraid. I haven't found anything better than Sony. The focusing, eye focus, even this one does animal eye focusing or tracking. Does face tracking for humans, animals. For this price point, you can't go wrong. It's about £600, I think, at the moment. I think that's how much I paid for this, for my one, with a lens. I don't know how much the new one's going to be. I don't really see they're going to be much more of a change in it at all. Maybe the tracking will get better. It's probably going to have new menus because this has got the old menu system, but I'm used to that because I've got a full frame Sony camera with an old menu system. Once you get used to it, it's fine. It doesn't make any difference. You can customize your own menu anyway, so you can just shove all the stuff you want into that bit, and that's what I do, and that's what a lot of other people do, and that's what you're going to do on a new camera. On the new version of this, you'll do exactly the same. I don't think, for me, it's not going to be worth upgrading to something that I'm not going to really be using for videos, because that's what I use this camera for, is for doing video. But at the moment I use my Z Flip 5 because it's got HDR10, but unfortunately when I edit that in software on a computer, it doesn't like the HDR10 plus, so this is still better for doing my videos. This is good for doing my videos that I'm gonna then edit on my phone rather than on a PC or a Mac. This sort of thing, brilliant for if you're going to do editing on a PC or a Mac or a laptop, whichever your choice is. It's entirely up to you. But for me, video, this is the daddy. You don't need anything more than this. You can swap the lenses out. So I mean, I can't remember what it is. The ZV-E1, not the one, because the one's a full frame one. There's one with a fixed lens. I get that. It's like a bridge camera. It's going to have really good glass, but this you can change focal length, so you can get smaller, so you can get wider. This is plenty enough wide enough for me for what I use it for. I don't need any slow-mo or anything like that. It's great for doing talky videos like I'm doing now for YouTube. It's absolutely fantastic. For video that you're going out and vlogging, Probably go with the ZVE one, the one with the full frame sensor, because it's got some good jiggery pokery technology there for the stabilization. And the cat's down here now really annoying me, scratching on a post. So, you finished, my dear? I think she has. Anyway, so let's just pop that one back over there. Second choice, which is Fujifilm. Now, I didn't buy this for video at all. This lens is quite noisy. You can get quieter lenses, but this lens is not any good for video. Oh, I've got cages on all of my cameras. This one, I can't remember what make it is. The other one is a small rig cage. I do recommend, even if you're doing photography, just to do this. It protects your camera. You don't have to get one. This is a little bit too big for this body, I feel, this bit at the top, but I mean, that's there for bigger lenses, so it's there for a reason. This is a fantastic little camera as well. This is the sort of start and end, but they've all got the same sensors in them. It's a XT, I can never remember this one, XT30. But it's got a really nice lens on it. I mean, this lens is brilliant for video if you don't use a sound. If you use sound off like what I'm doing now on the Tascam, this camera is great. But this camera is not for vlogging or sort of video like I'm doing now. It's not the best at tracking. It will track you a lot slower, but it will lose you in the focus and everything else. It's not reliable. Now this is for when you're doing your own video and you're manual focusing, or you're focusing using the back touch focusing, whatever. But you will get more of a cinematic look with this camera. Even if you set it up yourself, you can use the I've just noticed my bottom plate thing's moved. You can use the film simulations, which makes it absolutely beautiful. With a anamorphic lens on, would be this camera would be great for cinematic stuff. For if you're making a little project for like maybe your school or your college or whatever it is you're doing, this camera will do that for you. But no stabilization, nothing really at all in this whatsoever. So you'd need to have it on a gimbal. I've tried it on a gimbal. It's still not the best on a gimbal. You still have to watch how you use it. Best on a tripod, but if you are moving, get a really good gimbal. The cheaper ones are not going to cut it. This, absolutely fantastic, but I bought this for pictures, and this for photography is amazing. Now with this one, if you go with the XT3s or the XT4, XT5, it goes out sideways. This on the XT30s and 20s and 10s, they only sort of flip down like that, so they're really designed for photography, or if you're doing video, to like look down on it like that if you're using it handheld or low down. It doesn't have a flippy out screen that comes back on yourself. It is just like it is. Even the more professional ones don't. The XTs, they just literally come out to the side. They do not turn around. They flick out. It's a weird thing, but it's really good for photography. Fantastic photography, works perfectly. I think the more professional ones, I think they do come out and turn around. I can't honestly remember. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But if you're going to move from a GoPro, even a GoPro, let me pop that down, a GoPro, a phone, go for one of these. You can't beat a Sony camera. This is really small, ZVE10. That's what I would go with. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe.